Hey there. Today, we're going to dive into a really simple idea that might just change how you tackle, well, pretty much everything. It's all about the power of small wins, and we're going to see how the tiniest steps can create some seriously big results.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever had this huge, amazing goal in mind? Like starting a business or writing a book or finally getting in shape, only to feel completely and totally paralyzed by how massive it is? If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are not alone. You know that feeling of being completely stuck? Well, we're going to call that the big goal problem. It's that paralysis that kicks in when the distance between where you are right now and where you want to be just feels impossible to cross. But what if our whole idea about success is kind of backward? What if it's not about some huge, heroic leap? This quote really nails the idea we're talking about today. Real, massive success. It comes from tiny little wins, stacked up day after day. And that brings us right to the solution. Instead of staring up at this terrifying mountain of a goal, what if we just looked down at our feet and focused on taking the very, very first step? That right there is the small win solution. So, what exactly is a small win? It's super simple. It's just a tiny, real, actual victory that nudges you forward, even by an inch, towards that bigger goal. It's all about making progress, not being perfect. And I mean, these can be ridiculously simple. We're not talking about running a marathon here. We're talking about just putting on your running shoes. Not writing a whole chapter, but just reading one single page. See how easy these are? They're basically designed to be impossible to fail at. Think about it like this. A giant skyscraper is really just a pile of bricks, right? Stacked one by one. A great novel is just a bunch of words, typed one after another. Those incredible results we're all dreaming of, they're just a long series of small wins, stacked neatly on top of each other. Okay, this all sounds good, right? But why is it so powerful? Let's geek out for a minute on the actual science and psychology behind this, because our brains are literally wired to work this way. It really comes down to four things. First, small wins just completely demolish that feeling of overwhelm. Second, every little win builds your confidence and proves to yourself, hey, I can actually do this. Third, they create momentum. An object in motion stays in motion. And finally, this one is huge, they start to change your identity. You stop trying to be a runner and you start being a runner, one step at a time. And here's the cool part, the magic that's happening inside your brain. When you check off a task, no matter how tiny, your brain gives you a little hit of dopamine. That's that feel-good chemical. It's a reward, and that reward makes you want to do it again, creating this awesome positive loop that literally builds good habits on autopilot. Now, I want you to just look at this number, 1%. It seems so small, right? Almost nothing. What kind of a difference could getting just 1% better possibly make? How about making you 37 times better? That's right. Getting just 1% better every day for a year doesn't make you 365% better. Because of compounding, it makes you 37 times better. That's the absolutely mind-blowing power of tiny, consistent gains. All right, enough theory. Let's get into the how-to. This is your playbook, your practical step-by-step guide to actually using the power of small wins in your own life, starting right now. Here are four super simple steps. First, take that giant goal and just shatter it into the smallest possible actions. Second, live by the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, just do it now. Third, track your wins. Seriously, seeing a chain of successes is crazy motivating. And finally, stack your new habit onto an old one. Like, after I pour my coffee, I will read 1 page. Easy. This is the mental shift right here. We have to go from focusing on the massive outcome to the ridiculously easy start. So instead of I'm going to start exercising, the new goal is just I'm going to put on my workout shoes. I mean, anyone can do that, right? And once your shoes are on, you're already halfway there. So does this stuff actually work for, real people with real goals? Oh yeah. Let's look at some powerful examples of how this simple idea created some truly legendary results. Let's start with the comedian Jerry Seinfeld. When he was starting out, his goal wasn't to become a comedy icon. Nope, his goal was way, way smaller. It was just to write one joke every single day. And he had just one rule. Every day he wrote his joke, he'd draw a big red X on his calendar. After a few days, you get a chain. His only job after that was to not break the chain. It wasn't about writing a brilliant joke, it was about showing up. That consistency is what built his entire career. Or think about the amazing story of someone who lost over 100 pounds. They didn't start by trying to run a 5K. On day one, the only goal was to walk to the mailbox and back. That's it. That turned into a walk down the street. And over months, those tiny, tiny walks compounded into something absolutely life-changing. So, we've seen the why, we've got the how, and we've seen the proof. Now there's only one thing left that matters: putting it into action. It's your turn. Because every huge success you've ever seen started with one single, small win.
So, right now, just think of one big goal you have. Just one. Let it pop into your head. You got it? Okay, now, what is the absolute tiniest, most laughably simple first step you could take toward that goal? Make it so easy you feel a little silly even calling it a step. And now for the most important part. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't wait for the right time. Do it today, right now. Because your next big breakthrough is waiting for you right on the other side of your next small win. Now go get it.